In this part, we'll be implementing some logic so that our units will do damage to the enemy during its attack animation. And we'll also be adding some health bars. So last time when we left off, we had implemented logic to detect if an enemy unit was within our attacking range, and if so, to toggle the attacking flag to true. Now, we need to define also what happens while while our unit is performing the attack. So if we are attacking, then something should happen. But first I want to talk about the animations. So if we take a look here, there are for this unit there are six frames, and maybe about the fourth frame is when we want to actually deal the damage. We obviously don't want to deal damage when our sword is pulled back, but only when we're slashing at the enemy. So we can choose either the fourth or the fifth frame. Now to actually achieve this, we're going to go into our init method and add a parameter. And we'll just call it damage frame to indicate on which frame we actually deal the damage. So I put 4 here, which is actually the fifth frame. And now let's scroll up and add it also to the init of our unit class. Now let's scroll down to where we have this condition here. So if we're not attacking, do all this. Otherwise, we first want to check if our current frame is equal to the damage frame, because that's the only frame where we want to deal the damage. And we'll do one more check here, which is that we are indeed colliding with an enemy. And if we're not, right, if we're currently attacking, but we're not colliding with the enemy anymore, that means we killed them, right? So we want to toggle this to false. Alright, otherwise, if we are colliding with the enemy, we'll take the closest enemy, which is defined as the first enemy sprite in enemy collision. And for the damage dealt, you can use any formula you want. For me, I just use this. Our attack plus 2 divided by the enemy's defense plus 2. And just to add an element of randomness, I'm going to multiply that by this rand range here, which I have it imported here. That's good. Okay. So next we'll call this got hit method and passing the damage dealt, which I don't think we've implemented this yet. So let's go ahead and add that. It's gonna be fairly simple. So right here, so got hit, we'll take a single parameter, damage, and we're just gonna decrease our health by that amount and check that if our health is now below or equal to 0, set that to 0, and this is where we'll also want to kill our sprite because that means they are dead. So let's give that a quick run. Deploy on both sides. Oh gosh, what just happened? Oops. Made a mistake here with the indentation. Alright, good. Cool. So he killed that guy over there. And yep, now he died. That's great, but it would definitely be helpful if we had some visual to tell us who was winning, because right now we can't tell until the unit is actually dead. So that's where the health bar comes in. To add the health bar, first I want to create a separate class for it. Okay, so we're going to pass in X and Y for the health bar, the file name, the game objects. So master is going to be the unit sprite that the health bar belongs to. And then I'm going to add a flag here called front. That's just to distinguish between the front health bar and the back health bar. It might help to look at the images I'm using here. So the back is just going to be a red bar, and it's going to be static, so it's not going to be scaled based on the unit's health, but the front, the green bar is. So that as the unit takes damage, you're going to see the green bar decrease, and you're going to show the red in the background. So that's really the only use of this front flag here. And the one thing we'll want to define here is this max, and what this is basically going to be the max health of the unit, of the master unit, and we'll use as the denominator to scale the width of our health bar. Here I'm transforming to 20 by 30, 20 by 3. That's just because I found this size to work well with the unit sprites that we're using for this tutorial. I'll have everything left aligned because otherwise the green health bar will look kind of weird after we start scaling it. So everything's aligned to the left. The reason I say x minus 10 is x is going to be the center x of the master sprite, and I do minus 10 because right now I've scaled the health bar to 20, so 10 is about halfway. And the center y is going to be the, we're going to pass the top of the master sprite, so the health bar is going to sit right above the unit. And in our update method, we're just going to say if it's the front one, we're going to scale it. And scale it to what? Well, it needs to be something, comma 3, because the height should not change. So the width now is going to be the current health of the master unit divided by the max that we define here. Alright, and then times 20 because 20 is the original width. Just going to set the position. It's going to be center minus 10, and then the y is going to be the top. Okay. So now that all that's left to do is to add this into the init of our unit class. So whenever we create the unit, we also want to create the health bars that are associated. There's going to be two of them. One of them is going to be the front, the other one's going to be the back. They'll be very similar, so let's do the front first. Pass in the center x and the top. The file name is generic underscore health underscore bar front for the front. We'll want to pass in the game object, and then master is going to be self because the unit is the master. Okay. And we'll do the same thing for the back. Forgot an equal sign here. Only thing we need to change here is this. Change the name of the file, and we'll also want to change the flag for front, which is by default true, so we'll just need to say false. Cool, let's give that a run. Deploy, okay, what did I do here? Okay, so you see the, oh yeah, that's because I added in the wrong order, but also, while we're here, you see another problem is after we killed the unit, we did not kill the health bar associated with it. So let's go fix that. So first we'll want to change the order here so that the front shows up on top. And now everywhere where we have this self.kill, we'll want to also kill the health bars. It might be better to eventually just create a function for doing this so that you can do all three at the same time. But for now, let me just quickly add this and we can run the test. Okay, looking good. Alright, so he lived, and so he continues, and now he dies. Cool, and that's it for now, for this part. Next time, we'll probably look at deploying units on different slots, and if we have time, adding winning or losing conditions to the game. That's it. Thanks for watching.